Okay, I think I'm live. Good morning. Hi, Amanda. How are you? I'm gonna mute my YouTube. I hope you're doing well this morning, Amanda. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you, Amanda. I don't know about where you are, but it is hot. Hot, hot, hot. I'm sure they'll be here in a minute, Amanda. It takes people a few minutes to come in, so they'll get here. I am making some Victorian cabinet cards today, and I'm really excited about making these. And all of the items are from the White Rose Craft store, who I designed for, and the link to White Rose Crafts is in the description box. And there is a code that you can use, which is Kim15, and I'll put that in the chat. And if you use that code at the checkout, you get 15% off your order. So good deal. Oh, it's cooling down. Well, that's good, but where are you, Amanda? Tropical depressions are not good. Hey, Crystal. Yay. Yeah, I mean, it went down. I'm in Canada, so we do Celsius here, but it was 12°C last night, which is very cool for this time of year. North Carolina, yeah, so it's hot down there. Yeah. Well, I hope it stays cool for everybody, because it's just been a lot. A lot. So there's 10 people here. Yay! Everybody say hi in the chat if you're here. It's just little old me today, which is fine, because I am doing my White Rose Crafts design team project, and I'm super excited about it. Like I said, there is a link to White Rose Crafts in the description box for you guys, and if you use the code Kim15, which is super easy to remember, you will get 15% off your order from White Rose Crafts. So, as it says in the title, I'm making some Victorian cabinet cards, and all of the products that I'm going to be using are from White Rose Crafts, and I just thought these would be so fun to make. So one of the first things I'm using is the Tim Holtz cabinet cards, and you get 6 in a pack, and I will show you the other side of them in a second, but these are the backs, which are so pretty. Look at the backs of these. Super pretty. Just like real cabinet cards that had the beautiful designs on the back. And these are going to be for a journal that I'm going to be doing. And the paper that I'm using is new in the White Rose Craft store. It is by 13 Arts, and it's called Conversations on a Train by Fiona Paltridge. And I'm going to show you guys this paper because I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. Let me just get it out of the package, because of course my fingers don't want to work. And I have already cut pieces out of it. So yeah, Conversations on a Train by Fiona Paltridge. And as you can see, I've cut this one, but it comes with these very cool vintage images, which I'm going to show you, that I have cut out and used for the cabinet cards. And there's all kinds of these great, like, tickets. There's maps, like little postcards. This is another one I cut. But you can see how great this paper is. Super vintage. I love the colors. It's kind of grungy. They are one-sided sheets, by the way. But that's okay, because if you're making a journal, like if you use this for the cover of your journal, then you could just put another piece of paper on the inside, right? You're not wasting any paper by doing that. But wouldn't that make a great cover for a journal? I just love this paper. Some airmail things like vintage advertising. I just love it. And this one's got some gorgeous teal and aqua colors on it, which are my favorite colors. Beautiful frame here. There you can see more of the vintage images, maps and postcards again, more vintage advertising. So it's a really nice paper pack. And 13 Arts is in Poland. So it's not easy to get this stuff in North America. And it's really great that White Rose Crafts carries these types of papers from Europe. That's very cool. So as mentioned, I cut some of the images out of that paper line, and they fit perfectly inside the cabinet cards. As you can see here, look at this. I mean, adorable. Hi, Vic. Hi, Kay. Oh, it's selling out good. Yeah, it's an amazing paper pack. Okay, I love it. And then that's another image. And then look at this one with the class, with the school children. I love it. And the cool thing about the images from the paper line is they're already distressed. They already look vintage. So they look like they've been in these cabinet card frames, you know, since the Victorian era, which I love. So all I did was cut them out, and you slide them in the top. Yeah, I think that's the top. There's an opening at the top of each of the cabinet cards, and you just slide them in there. So that was all I did. But what I am going to do is we're going to embellish these and make them look even cooler. So other products that I'm using from White Rose Crafts are the chipboard frames. And they look like this. And I thought they would be super cool to distress these and put them on top of some of these cards. I just thought that they would look really cool like that. So we're going to distress those and emboss them and do all kinds of fun things. And I'm also using some of the ruler tape from Tim Holtz, which is also from White Rose Crafts. Ruler ribbon, pardon me. And I'm using the philosophy tags. And I'm using the gem clips, which look like this. They're very cool paper clips. And they have the little gemstone on the top. So we're going to be using those. And then we're also going to be using some of the mirrored stars. I love these. I'm going to have to always have these in my stash. And all the Tim Holtz products are from White Rose Crafts as well. And then I may use these compass coins. I have them out, so I may use them. And then I'm just going to use some lace. And I have this lace from White Rose Crafts as well with the beautiful bows. So I may use that as well. White Rose Crafts does have a selection of lace in their store. So yay. So that's kind of my planning for making these cabinet cards. And I'm just going to kind of get going. So I think what I'm going to do first is work on the frames, because there is, yeah, 3 that I'm going to use. These 3, I think. And I'm going to put all of these frames on these, I think. Super cute. I might do that one like that. So we got to do something with the frames. And there's a great selection of chipboard in the White Rose Craft store. Yes, I'm happy that you are making the European craft supplies accessible to us over here in North America, because I love a lot of the European stuff that is hard to get here. Yep, Kay is the owner, and she's an awesome owner, if I do say so myself. Yes, definitely check out her store. All right, let's emboss these little puppies. Let me find some ink here. And I want to keep the colors kind of, you know, vintage looking. Oh, I might use that. And White Rose Crafts does have embossing powder as well in their store. That's not the one I'm using, but they do have lots of embossing powder in their store. So let's see here. Let me get something I can emboss on. Yeah, I love the frames too. I'm a big chipboard fan. Big chipboard fan. And these, I don't know, Kay, maybe you can answer this. These numbers here, are these your stock numbers? Or if she searches, can she find like this number on the website? Or they're not the thin chipboard. I would say they're the medium thickness. I've worked with super thin chipboard before for another company, and I didn't care for it. These are medium thickness, so they're nice and sturdy. I don't like the thin stuff. Hi, Mary. So I'm just going to use my clear embossing ink here. And okay, thanks, Kay. Yeah, there's a really good selection, and I've used quite a bit of them. I love the fairies that she has in the store. Love, love, love. And I just did a card with the fairy door, and you get three fairy doors in the pack, so I still have 2 left to do other projects with, but I made a little card to send to a friend with the fairy door one. So I loved it. Okay, that's covered. And I'm using a Lindy Stamp Gang. This is Twilight Bronze Slate, and I thought it would go really well to look vintage. And I'm not painting the chipboard, because if some of the chipboard shows through, I'm okay with that, because again, I want it to stay vintage looking. Okay. So definitely check out the range. That's the one thing that's great about White Rose, is that she has such diverse products, which is what attracted me to applying for the design team, was all the different goodies she has in her store. And it's an awesome team to be on too. The ladies are so talented, and everybody works so hard and is very, you know, giving and helpful. You know, I just can't say enough nice things about the team. So if you've never embossed before, I'm using the Watermark Resist by Ranger, but any clear embossing powder, or embossing ink, or any ink really will do for embossing. Like if you had a brown ink, you could just dip this in the brown ink. The embossing powder that you sprinkle on it, it needs something to stick to. So that's why we use the ink. Okay, one more. Hi, Christine. Lovely to see you. So is anybody else doing any happy crafting today? All right, I think I got it. Nope, a bit more here. All righty. That ink pad has seen better days, but it's still nice and juicy, so it works. Okay, let's get that off of here. I just feel like these darker colors will go really, really well with the vintage feeling of the cabinet cards. All righty. Now we'll put these back on here to emboss them. So heat gun time for a minute. So hopefully my heat gun's not too loud for you guys. Do you want to come and do my laundry, Mary? You're not far away from me. Oh, you're making a mask, Christine? That's cool. Crystal, that's very cool. So hopefully that's not too loud. I'm just going to emboss these. So I'm waiting for my heat gun to get a bit hot. And if your heat gun is hot, it only takes a second for the embossing powder to melt. Which is what I like. I don't like to wait. Look how pretty they look when they're embossed. They look like metal now. Let's make sure I didn't miss any spots. There we go. Oh, good. I'm glad it wasn't loud. So there they are. They look very cool, don't they, when they're embossed? They look like metal now. Very cool. Yeah, the frames are amazing. I love them. I don't know if there's a particular name for them, but they could be ornate frames maybe. But you'll see them if you look in the chipboard section on White Rose Crafts. So that was the noisy part. Okay. Now we get to the fun part, which is embellishing. And I got 6 to do, which I'm excited about. So this little lady, I think, is going to have this frame. She seems a bit fancy. Yeah, I think she'll have that. No. The baby's going to have that one, and she's going to have the outdoorsy one, maybe. Or that one. Yeah, we'll do it like that. All right, let's start with this little lady. So I've got out some lace pieces, like I said, all the little Tim Holtz bits and bobs and things, because these are going to go in a journal that I'm going to be making. Amy! How are you? So I've got like some vintage doilies and fabrics. I've got the Tim Holtz bits. So I'm just going to play. I have a bit of this very pale pink cheesecloth that was left over from a kit from Amy Love, and pieces of lace and things like that. So that's what I'm going to be decorating with. But I want that frame to go there. So, but I've got some lace here that I want to cut. I want them to look really like vintage and tattered, like they've been sitting around for a while, and you know, somebody added them to a book that was a special memory for them. Hey, Jeanette. Jeanette is Mom Munson. Hi, Angie. Yeah, Amy's at Starbucks. She couldn't be on with me today. But she's here at least, so that's cool. And Deanna's not here because she had a previous engagement, so that's why my other mod is not here, Deanna. She messaged me yesterday. I think that piece might be too big. Okay. So I like to lay everything out before I start gluing. I love this ruler tape. I just love it. And I am going to cut a piece of that to put on there, because I like to layer. So I think these are going to be super simple to do, but, you know, effective, I think, and, you know, looking cool to go in a journal. I think I'll cut that a little smaller. I like to frame my fabric. Yeah, we don't have a Starbucks near me, but I am not a Starbucks fan. I know. I can hear Amy groaning right now. But I'm just not. So that's kind of what I'm thinking for that one. So now we will glue. So I've got a little fabric collage first. So I'm going to put that together first. Just a little bit of hot glue. And I'll try not to glue that to my table. It was great. The images from that paper line fit so perfectly in these mini cabinet cards. So that was a happy accident surprise, because I wasn't sure if they would fit, but they did. Yes, you do get a code. Yes, I did mention that, but I forgot to put it in the description box. Yeah, my memory. It's an issue. So you could use, and I probably should be using wet glue for this, but we're just using the hot for now for time's sake. Oh my God, so cute. So cute. What do I have? I have a fibers, or sari. I've got a bit of sari here. Just going to trim this. And this sari is available in my Etsy store, and the link to that's in the description box. Self-promotion. Shameless self-promotion. Hey, Teresa. Oh, I hate it when YouTube acts up like that, Angie. So I'm just putting a bit of the sari through the hole in the tag, and I'm just going to knot it. And then when I use this cabinet card in a journal, if I put this in a pocket, these threads will hang out, and then you can use those to pull it out of the pocket. So we're just going to put some glue here. And that says Destiny. Look how adorable. Very vintage. And both sides look great. I mean, you could even decorate the back if you wanted to, but I'm not going to because I just like the image that's on the back. But I did want to do these, and I can't wait to do the journal, and the cover of the journal is going to be from the same paper, so stay tuned for that in the next week or two. That's going to be another DT project for White Rose Crafts because I just love that paper. So that's that one. So number one, now we're going to do this little baby here because she's adorable, and she's hugging a heron by the looks of it, a blue heron. I mean, I did nothing to these images, and they look like they've been in these cabinet cards forever. That's what I love about these. So this one's kind of leafy, so I'm going to use that one on here. And it just kind of frames the central image. I mean, I know it's not the full thing, but I don't mind that. I think it looks cool, and it gives it some dimension. Aw, thanks, Kay. Thanks. Yep, I love them. I love Tim Holtz, and there's a great big huge selection of Tim Holtz goodies in the White Rose Craft store. And if you use your discount code that is Kim15, then you will get an even better deal. All right, let's see what we got here. I want this tiny little doily, I think, out of this middle of this doily here. So I'm going to cut that out. So I might kind of put the frame in the background of this one. I'll put the cheesecloth down first. Thanks for the extra cheesecloth, Amy. And then put the frame down and then build on top of it. Oh, do you? Oh my goodness, don't tell me, Kay. I'm a big Tim Holtz fan. Well, Kay knows. She does my DT packages every month, so she can tell. Then I got the little doily, which is going to go there. Let me see. What do I want to put on it now? I might put one of these little mirrored stars in here because it's super cute. And then I have a super tiny one that I'm going to put right here. If my big fat fingers will let me. Hi, Scrappy Doodle. I'm sorry I've forgotten your name. I'll get it eventually. I'm working on Victorian cabinet cards. And this is one I just finished. And all the items you can find at White Rose Crafts, and the link is in the description box. Shelly, yes. Sorry about that. So I've got this fabric, and actually Kimmy sent me this. So I might make a really tiny rolled rose as well to put on here. It's going to be small, but that's okay. And I just thought that this fabric was like the perfect vintage color tones for this because it looks like it's been around for quite a while. So I'm going to make a little rose. Are you watching, Amy? Amy has a bit of a struggle with the rolled roses. I have shown her how to do them, though. This one's not great to watch, though, because it's so small. I'm kind of covering it up as I'm doing it. But I think it'll be cute. Oops, that's hot glue. So you just kind of twist and roll and glue as you're going along. And you try not to glue your fingers to the fabric. But if you can make your own, then you don't have to buy them, right? But I kind of like the handmade ones anyway. And I do have a tutorial on my channel for making rolled roses, but those are the more dimensional ones. This one's kind of flat, so I'm trying to keep it flat so it'll stay on here nicer. And then at the end, you just kind of, I just want to cut that corner off there. There we go. And then you have a very tiny little rose. You kind of like when I make them for you, do you? Oh, all right. Yeah. Whoops. Ah, of course. Of course. Okay. Well, not really. My grandma taught me how to make them when I was a kid because we used to make them. She used to knit and crochet vests for us, and then we would make flowers to go on them. It was the 70s thing. So that's where I learned how to make them. But I do have a tutorial on my channel, and Roseanne, who is Roxcar11, also has a tutorial on her channel for them. So there's number 2. But one day, Amy will make one. I have confidence. Right, Amy? So then we have this little girl here, and she is, I think she's raking or hoeing in a little garden. We'll say raking instead of hoeing. We'll say raking. And I think that one will just look super pretty there. So what do we want to put on here? I have some bits of vintage wedding dress that is very tattered, torn, and very distressed looking. So we're going to use a piece of that on here, and I'm just going to fray it even more. Oh, thanks, Amy. I know you're joking, Angie. No worries, girl. If you can't make jokes and laugh, then what's the point of life, right? So I want some of that to kind of show through the frame because I like all the little bits. What else do I have? Maybe I will alter one of these paper clips in a minute with some of the paper and add that to one of the next postcards. I think I'll do that. Let's use more of this. Okay. And I have this piece of vintage fabric too, and I might cut one of these little circle pieces off. Yeah, the pictures were from this paper line from White Rose Crafts. It's called Conversations on a Train by Fiona Paltridge. And the images come inside the paper line. So it's a beautiful, beautiful. I did show it at the beginning of the video. Once the video is just up on my channel, but you can see here, it's got a lot of these vintage images. I love this paper line. And it's fairly new, and Kay said it was selling, so she was going to get some more in. And yes, that is the Tim Holtz ribbon tape. It's not washi tape. This is actually ribbon by Tim Holtz. Ruler Ribbon, it's called. You did get the White Rose Craft part right, Amy, and that's what matters. Yep. I'm so happy with it, Kay. I was thrilled when I opened it. I was just like, oh. And there's some other 13 Arts papers. Well, there's tons of papers at White Rose Crafts. They've got a good selection of Graphic 45 too, if you're a Graphic 45 fan. They've got Bo Bunny. They've got all, like, every paper line you can think of pretty much. Okay, now I have some of these little doodad flowers, which I may add on here as well. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Yes, there is. There is an FB group and a blog and a website. That's right, Amy. Hey, Dawn Marie. How are you, hon? Lovely to see you. Boy, it is hot. All right. I think I know what I'm doing here. So this fabric actually put in one of my kits recently. And it's from a wedding dress from the 1920s. And this was the underskirt. I don't have a lot of it left because I shared a lot of it out. But it is so unique and different. And I kept the piece that had all the stains and that was torn and tattered because that's what I love. But it has this, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like embroidery, but it's like it's melted into the netting. I can't even describe what it is or the technique they used. If anybody knows what that is, I'd love to know the name of how they did that because I have no idea. So that's what this piece is that I'm using. Stay down. And I'm going to cut a little piece of this cheesecloth too. All right, so let's put the frame down next if things will stop sticking to me. The link is in the description box. But if Kay wants to put it in the chat, I don't know if it'll let her. Kay, you need to be a mod on my channel. Let me make you a mod, Kay. Yes, we do. Okay. You're a mod now, Kay. You get a blue wrench. So you should be able to put the link in. Okay, Amy, that'd be great. Well, Kay gets a wrench anyway. All right. So then I'm going to put this little tiny piece of cheesecloth as well. And I don't want to cover up the other fabric either. I want some of those threads from that to show through here. Yeah, they do. Allison does live videos in the Facebook group. And there are, and then EK Gorman, and that's her YouTube channel too. She does videos on her channel for White Rose Crafts. So yeah, there's lots of designers who do videos. I love layering fabrics. Look at all the tattering. I love it. Tattering, that's my word today, tattering. And then I'm going to put this piece up here. And what I should do is use my sari and put a little pull on the other two on the back. So I think I'll do that. I'm going to use a little doodad flower from my stash on here. Maybe one at the top too. No, it doesn't, Kay. It's looking good. Okay. So there's our little girl with all her glue strings. And I do have some Tim Holtz, which I don't know where they are at the moment. Small talk somewhere. So I'm probably going to put words on these afterwards because I think it's at my other table. Just little words, you know, that say whatever, happiness, you know, whatever I'm feeling at the moment. So I am going to use some of this and just put a little piece on the back so that when I put these in the journal, they've got a little pull to come out of the pockets. So we're just going to cut. That one has already got one, so we'll just cut a couple of pieces for these two, because this one I'll use that for. And then these two we'll just put on the back. And then when I finish the journal, you'll see these. I'm really excited about making that journal. I've been itching to make a new journal for a while now. See? So they will come out of their pockets nicely. Yes, and friendness. Yes, words are good. And I could say I have all the words, all the best words, but I'm not going to say that. There we go. I wish there was a little Tim Holt sticker that said friendness, Amy. So that's those three. So yay. So now we're going to work on these three, which are the rectangle ones. And that's what they look like. I mean, are those not the two most adorable children you've ever seen? So cute. So these guys will not have the chipboard frames. I mean, they could, but I think they'll just cover up too much. But you could. Let's see. I don't know. I think I'm just going to embellish them. Yeah, because this they'll just cover up. Well, that one would be okay on there, but this one is just too small, I think. So yeah, we don't want to cover up mom and dad in this video, this picture. So I think I'm just going to leave these off of here, and I will use these in the journal somewhere else. Oh, please do. How do you fix something that comes up and says it stopped working and then says report or okay? If your YouTube is not working, then close YouTube down completely, Angie, and reopen a new session of it and see if it works then. That's the best way to do it. Okay. Let's do mom and dad and their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children photo. They need some lace along the bottom, I think. And I like this. And I'm going to cut it uneven and then hopefully get it to fray a bit. If it will fray. No, that might be too wide, actually. Let's do it this way. That might be too big as well. Well, that's not bad. Nope. Let's cut that off. You're welcome. Watermelon. Bring some back for all of us, Angie. Yeah, it depends on the font, right? Because a 0.12 font in Helvetica is different than a 0.12 font in whatever other brands of fonts. So you would have to kind of look at the font on the page and see. But yeah, I mean, I think the Tim Holtz ones are kind of like, 10 or 12. I like that. And I want a thin piece of this, which I think I'm going to rip. Ripping. Oops, well, that didn't quite work. Let's try that again. We'll save that piece for something else, though. And then I'm just going to kind of twist it. Maybe twist it back on itself, even. And I kind of want it to go like that across there, so let's twist that. It's scripty. All right, 12 or 14 would be good, probably. I should have known better. I'm sorry, Amy. All right. So I'm going to do that. Let's see. Oh, yeah. The little paper clip. Let's alter that a bit. Let's get out a little piece of paper here from the paper line. Let's see what we got here that's small. I need to find something teeny weeny. Teeny weeny. Well, way down on the bottom of this, there's a bunch of names here. Maybe that. It's got to stay sort of in the scale of this. I suppose it doesn't matter. It could be any piece of paper. Although I do like that image right there. Let me cut that image out because I might use that. Uh-oh. I used my fabric scissors on paper. Oh my goodness. Welcome back, Angie. I hope it worked that time, hon. I know, Amy, I know. I'm sorry. It was an accident, and yeah. That just means I'm going to have to go to Dollarama and buy myself new scissors. All right, I've cut out a couple of little things here. This is like one of those Victorian stereo cards where they would put it in the glass thing, and you would hold it up in front of you and look through it, and then you would see it in like a 3D stereo. It's so sexist, though. It says The Little Housewives. Yeah, I won't use that. Anyway, that's funny. But I think I'm going to cut this little girl out here with my paper scissors. All right. See, she's cute, right? And then I could add her like that. like that. And we could just maybe paper clip that with a little bit of the lace trim behind it. And then if somebody wanted to remove it and use the little snippet of lace and the little image, they could. Let me get that on there. Come on, fingers, work. There we go. So cute. I love these little paper clips. Look at the little gem on the top. So cute. That's a great thing about junk journals is you have all these little tiny surprises on the inside. Little pieces, little snippets. You can use paper clips that are altered, like little presents inside the journal. Oh, thanks, Angie. Well, that's because I used my paper scissors that time and not my fabric scissors. Bad me. Okay, so I just twisted the fabric, which is this fabric. And I'm just going to put it right along here. And we'll pretend that this was one of the little girl's dresses that somebody saved a piece of. And then let's use, oh, you know what? I've got these bows from White Rose Crafts. I love this lace, Kay. It's one of my favorite laces she carries. And I'm going to put the bow right in the middle. I wish I had a tea-dyed that ahead of time, but I didn't. So that's okay. But look how cute with the bow. Yes. Go ahead, Amy. Say it in the chat. There you go. She said it. You're going to put me in the corner? Oh, no. Yeah. You already did. Okay. So apparently I know you really well. So that's that one. I think it's cute. I love these little paper clips. And another little piece from the paper line. Adorable. So that's number 4. Yay. So 2 more. So let's do the school children next. And I am going to use some of these stars and some of the ruler ribbon because you have to, because it's a school thing. And I might use the little compass as well. And again, these are all from White Rose Crafts. Thanks, Dawn Marie. Thanks, Angie. Okay, I can get this open. Okay, there's the little compass. I think that'll be good for a school-themed one because, you know, they're finding their way, the school children, right? I collect old photographs and old postcards because I just love them. I look at them and I think, where did these people come from? You know, what was their life like? Who were they? What was their names? You know, things like that. I'm going to put some of this vintage trim underneath that too. just going to go like that. Oh, I forgot to put a little pull tab on that one. I'll have to do that. Little tab on the back of that one. Let's do that first. I mean, the back is like that, but the picture's that way, so it's going to go that way in the journal, but that's okay. You can still see the pretty back. There we go. Now it's got a little pull tab on it. Okay. I need a glue stick. I'm going to cut some of this trim from the bottom of this doily. I don't know about you guys, but when I go thrifting now, I have the hardest time finding doilies. People, I think, are snapping them up. Hi, Joyce. You can't print images out, so if you find any book, can you use them? What kind of glue? Oh, okay. Well, I use myself the best glue ever from Scrap Perfect, and I'll put the link in to them. You use very, very little of that glue. I don't have it handy. It's at my other table. So the bottle is not big. This is one of my older bottles. So the bottle's not big, but you get the no clog cap with it, and you use very little of it because it's extremely tacky. And I usually buy 2 bottles at a time, and it lasts me for 6-7 months, 2 bottles or more. Let me put the link into them. And the other glue that I would use is available in White Rose Crafts. She has a set of the Aleene's glues, and one of them is the Aleene's tacky glue. So if you go over to White Rose Crafts and you use the Kim 15 coupon, then you'll get 15% off your glue purchase. So that's probably a better deal, but I give both the shout outs because I do like the Scrap Perfect glue. I think I'm going to curve that a bit, actually. Gee, I wonder if I should just go all the way around. Ooh, I think I'm going to. Let's go all the way around that image with the crochet trim. Why not? That would be adorable. You can, but Fabri-Tac is so expensive that I wouldn't really necessarily use it for paper. But you can. It'll work. Fabri-Tac will pretty much glue anything. What do you think, Amy? You're the Fabri-Tac queen. Okay, that's what we're doing. That looks so cute. That's going to frame the card really nicely, I think, the doily piece. Super cute. I love it. Adorable. All right, so then we've got the vintage fabric, a little compass, and then I'm going to use a piece of the ruler trim, ruler ribbon, ruler. Oh, what's it called? Ruler ribbon. Boy, my memory. And I'm going to put that at the bottom. Cute. And let's just kind of squeeze that together a bit. Sort of will look like a bow. And I want one of the teeny weeny stars, I think, to go in the center of the compass. Let's see, north goes to the top. Okay. And then we'll get out one of the mirrored stars from White Rose. Where's the very tiny, tiny ones? There they are. I love these stars. These are going to be so great for Christmas projects, these little mirrored stars. I'm going to have to buy like 2 or 3 packs of these from White Rose. You get 24 in a pack, so it's a good deal. Yeah, it's good, that glue for paper, isn't it, Amy? I just like it. The key is to not use a lot of it on a project. Look how cute. So that's my little school children one with their little crochet doily frame. No, you don't have to be sorry about asking any questions, Angie. You ask away, girl. Okay, we are on our last one. Oh, I also got this stamp, which has nothing to do with this project, but it's sitting here and I wanted to show it to you. This is by, who's it by? Couture Creations, and she's got some new stamps by them. And this one is With Brave Wings She Flies. So I have plans for this stamp for another project as well. But I love some of the sentiments on these new stamps she's got in, these little mini stamps. So if you're over at the store, check those out too. Oh, and I need a little piece of sari on the back of that. So there we go. Oh, thanks, James. They're fun. I have some of the big ones. I think I'm going to make more. I'm not going to lie. I'm having fun making these. They're easy to do, but I don't know. They're just fun. All right, so now we're doing the last one, which is these 2 little adorable children. So what do we have left? We've got, I have it out here, I think. At least I thought I had it out. I think I'm going to add another paper clip. And another one of these little philosophy tags. Oh, I do have one out. What does it say? Cherish, which I think will be perfect for that. And let's get out another paper clip. How many of these do you get in a pack? You get 12. And I'm going to add a piece of fabric to that too. Thanks, Joyce. I hope you guys will go over and get some of these in the White Rose Crafts store. And with your 15% discount, it's a good deal. And then you can make some too. I mean, you can put any photographs in them at all. I just happen to love that paper line, and I couldn't believe how perfect the images fit inside these. So I'm going to use not my, oh, look, Amy, I picked up my fabric scissors again. Oh my goodness. I'm going to use this little tag from the paper line. We're going to use that, and I'm going to tear a piece of this and tie it to the paper clip. Oh my goodness. Let's try that again. That is, of course, too much, but that's okay. Let's tie it around the top here. And then we'll snip the ends off. We'll just make a knot. So all I'm doing is just tying a knot with this vintage fabric around the paper clip. And then we're just going to cut that down and then fray the edges. Okay. And then we're going to add this. And you can distress these little pieces as well. And that's going to go up there in the corner. And I think this is going to go here. I might do that on a catty corner, as they say. That might go there. Unless I do it that way. I kind of like that on that corner. Let's do that. And another piece of the ribbon ruler. Do you have to put glue on top of the image to keep it from coming apart if it comes out of a book? I'm not sure. Glue behind the image, yeah. Amy, what you talking about, girl? What'd I do? What did I do? Let's put that on there. I love these paper clips. Super cute. So we're going to put this like that, I think. Oh, my scissors. I know. Right? Oh, it's the heat. That's what I'm going to blame it on. I'm going to blame it on the heat. That's what I'm going with anyway. And then I'm just going to take these little scraps of fabric that I have here and just layer them on here a little bit because they look tattered and worn, and I like that. In fact, I may put a little piece on this as well. Let's do that. I love fabric. Too big. And then I'm going to put these pieces here. And then the little cherish piece. You think I need a bow? I can make a bow. I can do a bow. And that is going to get another little mirrored star because I love them. I do have like this little ribbon rose. I kind of feel like it may go on that one though. I only have one in beige left. Oh no, I don't. I have a couple. Yay. Let's go back and do that. Tiny, tiny, tiny little star. Come out of there, fingers. Work. I can make a bow with that fabric, I think. Okay. Little bow right there might be good. Angie, you're right. Let's make a bow out of this. You'll wait for the bow? All right, girl, we're doing it. Let me just trim that a bit. It's going to be a small bow. Okay. Very small little bow. We can do it. Yes. Wait a minute. Should I put it down here? Or should I put it on this little piece of paper here? I feel like here is better. I want to put it here. Let's put it here. There's too much up there. I might put another little star on that though. And now we're going to trim that and then fray the ends. There you go, Angie. There's your little bow. Super cute little bow. Let me trim that just a little more. Fray the ends. Oh, that's great, Amy. Oh, thanks, Crystal. I'm going to put another little star right there because I feel like it needs it. Because there's two little stars in the photo, right? So do I have one more tiny, tiny one? I have a sort of tiny one. That one will do. That'll do. It's a little bit bigger than that one, but that's okay. So this little piece here is now removable. If the person wants to take this, I actually altered that little piece from the kit. And then it's just attached here with one of these really cool gemstone paper clips from Tim Holtz. And it's just on the side there. So let's see, I think I just have to put my little sari piece on the back, but I want to put this on here, I think. Or here. I think I like this little ribbon rose on here. Or maybe I'll make another flower. Yeah, you know what? I kind of like the rose, the ribbon rose that I made on this one. I think it looks more vintage than those satin ones. So I am going to make a little ribbon rose, which I will do maybe off camera, or we'll see how it goes here. Let's see if I can do it. We can do another one quickly. Oh, Amy, you're so sweet. That's really nice of you to do that. Okay. So I'm just making one little rose, and then I'll show you guys everything one more time. But I'm really happy with how these came out, and I hope that you'll go over to the White Rose Craft store and check out all these amazing goodies that are over there. These were fun and different and something I've not made before. I'm sure other people have altered these, but I haven't. Okay, Angie, no worries, hon. Thanks for coming, sweetie. So we're almost at the end here. Just kind of twist that around and then glue that down. And then I'm going to put that right there. Threads and all, because I think it's just not vintage looking if it doesn't have a bunch of dangly threads. And then this one needs a little ribbon on the back. Alrighty, let me move all my junk out of the way here. So hopefully you can see everything. So there are my cabinet cards. Hopefully you can see them all. There's those three and those three. So I really, really had fun making these. Oh, cool. I'm glad. Well, if you get this paper line, Shelley, then that's where these images came from. That's The Conversations on a Train by Fiona Paltridge. This one by 13 Arts. That's the name of the paper line I used. So that's, you know, so that was a good way. If you look through your papers, you may have some images already. So that could be a good way to to get images, but I'm really pleased with them. I think they're adorable, and they're going to look really cute in my journal that I'm going to be making. So I hope you guys like them too, and please check out White Rose Crafts because they're amazing. You can get all these goodies there, and use the discount code Kim15 so you can get 15% off your order, which is always helpful, right? Thanks, Kay. And I am going to get some still photos, and you're going to see those on social media this afternoon of the still photos. So you guys can get sort of more up close and personal with them. But I hope you'll all give them a try. Thank you for being here today, and thank you, Amy and Kay, for being awesome moderators, and Kay for just being the awesome owner of White Rose Crafts. And yes, the link to the store is in the description box. Yay, Joyce. Don't forget to use your code, honey. It's Kim15. I'll put it in the chat. Kim15, 15% off your order. Because who doesn't like to save, right? All right, guys, I'm going to call it for now. Thank you all so much for coming. I had a lot of fun today, and I'm really glad you guys are here. So stay tuned for the journal that these are all going to go in the next couple of weeks. So thank you. Bye, everybody. See you next Tuesday at 11. Bye.